Welcome to the Blind Justice Podcast, where you discover the insider secrets of injury and accident cases, and all of your law questions get answered. Now, here's your host, Chicago injury lawyer, Scott DeSalvo.
Hey everybody, it's Scott DeSalvo, back here for another podcast. Thank you for listening. Also here today as a special treat, never before been on air. Oh wait, no, she's my podcast co-host, Amelia Finefrock.
Hello.
Amelia, what's going on?
Hey, so much. I'm just so busy. The phones are blowing up.
It's
behind
crazy,
me.
right?
I actually have to, excuse me, I have to go answer this. 'Cause I'm so busy.
We're recording while other people are working in the office, so there might be a little racket.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, though.
Yeah.
Amelia, I know, as a man who works with you, I'm not supposed to make any comments on your appearance, but did you get your hair done?
I did. I switched it up. Now it's like an auburn color.
It's
ready
cute.
For fall.
It's a good color
Thank
on you.
Yeah. The pumpkin spice latte came a couple days ago, and then I was like, you know what? I need to follow suit and charge my way into fall. And
so this is literally a pumpkin spice latte hair move here.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Starbucks is coming out with my PSL. I gotta dye my hair. So here we are.
Crazy. It's cute. It's a very nice color. It looks nice.
I appreciate it. That means a lot.
I'm thinking about dyeing just my beard, because my beard has so much white in it.
Yeah, your beard.
I'm like, from the ears up, I look like not as old as I am, maybe, but the facial hair is straight up Santa Claus.
No.
People want to sit on my lap and tell me what they want for Christmas.
That's not true. It's salt and pepper. It's classy.
I feel like it's white as a... You know what? Maybe I'm self-conscious.
You are.
I'm getting old.
You don't look old.
I don't know. I feel old. But you make me feel young, Amelia.
You make me feel so young. It's going to be a song break now.
So, gang, you know what we do here. We... people call in or they email in a question that they want answered. Of course, I'm available for a free consultation if you want to do it off air, but people send in questions that they have about injury cases, and Amelia and I answer them. Well, I do most of the answering.
Amelia is here for the jokes.
Yeah, Amelia is mainly here for the charm, the wit, the personality.
And the good looks.
And otherwise it would just be me sitting in a room talking to myself, which is...
You need a friend.
Yeah. I mean, when I do that, it doesn't need to be recorded. So I think we got a dog bite question today, huh?
We do.
All right.
May I read it?
Yeah, take it away.
Okay, cool.
Go crazy.
Okay. I got a question for the dog bite lawyer. That's you.
Yeah. Today, that's me.
The dog bite lawyer. I was out jogging, and there was a couple of people walking a dog. They had one of those 20-foot retractable leashes. I was a good 10 or more feet away from them, but they were not paying attention. Their dog ran at me and lunges and bit me pretty good. I mean, I have a huge gash in my arm. I need to go to the hospital and get stitches, and I'm going to my family doctor because my arm feels like it may be getting infected. What do I need to know to protect my rights?
So, dog bite. That's horrible. I like dogs, but...
Not that bite.
Yeah, people adopt dogs that were brought up in a tough way. Yeah, and then they're nice people who think dogs are nice, but then the dog has like a stranger freak out problem, right? Or it's sad because I've known tons of dogs that are even big, like big, mean-looking dogs, but they were sweethearts. But it can be messed up, and this really stinks. This guy is just out jogging, and the dog bites him. That's terrible, right?
Yeah, and it's and you don't want to mess around with the dog bite. I mean, their mouths are like really disgusting, as sweet as they are.
Anyone who's been around a dog knows what dogs do with their mouths and tongues, and the things that they pick up on the street and want to taste. And no, bad. It's got to be like the worst thing that can ever happen.
And the people that let their dogs lick their mouths, they're like, "Come here,
kiss me,
Fido," and it's blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
you just ate some poop on the sidewalk, and now you're going to kiss me on the mouth. Thank you, Fido.
Yeah.
So here's the way I approach dog attack cases, dog bite cases. And so we do handle them here, but here's how I approach them. So there's this law called in Illinois, and other states all have dog bite statutes. Almost all of them do, but we're in Illinois, so I'm talking about Illinois dog bite law.
Yeah.
So there's a statute called the Animal Control Act, and it sets out a dog owner's liability. If you own a dog and the dog bites somebody unprovoked, you're liable, right? But what I do in these cases is I also treat them as a general negligence case, right? So not only do I say in the complaint, you violated the Animal Control Act by blah, 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 but I also say you didn't act reasonably. And that's what a negligence case is.
Right.
If somebody does something or doesn't do something that a reasonable person would have done, or do something a reasonable person wouldn't have done,
Right.
then you can be liable for the harm that was caused, right?
Yeah.
So none of this is criminal. It's all like civil for money, right?
Right.
So that's the way we approach these cases. And I would say on liability here, it doesn't sound like jogging past somebody in a neighborhood is something that is unreasonably provoking to the dog.
No.
So we probably have a good claim under the Animal Control Act.
Right.
And then I would also say that we have I would want more information, but I think if you have a retractable leash in an area where people walk and run and kids play, and you have the leash let out far enough,
That's on you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's on
you sort of have to be responsible when you're walking your dog. And
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, the dog owner wants to let the dog have fun and stretch his legs or stretch her legs and have fun and all that stuff. But you can't do it, especially, here are some questions I have. How long have they owned the dog? Mm-hmm. Where did the dog come from, if they haven't owned it very long? Was it a rescue dog? And are they aware that strangers make the dog lose its mind?
Right.
And if so, doesn't that make it even more horrible that they would not, make the dog heel when somebody's jogging by, right?
Right.
So there's definitely, I think, liability, some
Right.
liability possibilities. I definitely have some questions. And then, like in any case, you're entitled to your medical bills, your lost wages if you're losing time from work. You're entitled to pain and suffering. Obviously, it hurts. If you have a permanent scar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you have a permanent scar that's called disfigurement, you're allowed to ask for money for that.
Oh, wow.
And then, if let's say instead you got bit on the leg and you have a permanent limp, that's disability, you're allowed to ask for money for that. Mm-hmm. And so those categories are you can ask for damages in a dog bite case like that for those past injuries, that, pain in the past, but also for ongoing pain, or, your scar in the past and the fact that you're going to have a scar in the future. Mm-hmm. So past and future. So there's a lot of damages options, and you just have to tailor what you ask for based on the case. Like I'm not an attorney who wants to make a mountain out of a molehill, right? Like, so credibility and integrity as a person matters to me, but it also, I don't think it does anything for you in front of a jury if you're, a rough and tumble guy who has a million scars all over your body anyway, and then you have two little bite marks, and you get on the witness stand and say that all these other scars don't bother you, but these two little marks make you cry every night because you feel ugly.
Right.
First of all, that's not true, right? It's probably not true. And second of all, a jury is going to see right through that.
Right.
So you're not doing yourself any favors. So
No.
One thing I would say is definitely if you can get photos of the dog so that we have like a visual depiction of how big the dog is and what the dog looks like. Does he look mean? Mm-hmm. That would help. And then also photos of the scars or the injuries. So if the injury is kind of gory right after the bite, a photo can bring home to the jury that this wasn't just a nip, like a little nip, and you're making a mountain out of a molehill, right? And then photos of the scars and the healing process and the stitches in the arm, that's big too.
Yeah.
So things to think about. But I would definitely say it's a case, and I would definitely say that you should consult with a dog bite a lawyer. Like most injury lawyers handle dog bite cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you don't want to hire me, which would be a colossal mistake,
I
would say call a lawyer, make sure they're cool with you and they talk to you. Otherwise, give me a call. I'd be happy to handle the case for you.
Yeah, I wish I would have. This is a different situation, but I got bit by a cat a couple years ago, and I wish I would have known all this information because, that's crazy. Because, I still have like, I missed work. I still have, like...
Did it get infected?
Yeah, I almost lost my hand.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was really bad. But at the time, this person's cat, me and her were friends. We're not anymore. Not because of the cat, but... but, I mean, yeah, like, work time was off, and every time it rains, my hand swells up. It's like, wow, I wish I would have...
Dude, that is bizarre.
Yeah, and there's, like, definitely scar tissue. But that...
I have met cats, like most cats are pretty chill.
Oh, yeah, I love cats.
But some cats are psycho.
And I think, too, I wanted to say earlier, we talked about it after the fact, she was like, he is not up to date on his shots. So that has something to do with it.
Well, thanks for letting me know.
Like 2 years of not being up to date on his shots. And I'm like, I wonder if that's why. Because he wasn't an abused cat, but he just did not like me. And I had a cat at the time.
Well, the other thing is, if you have a cat or an animal that's acting really aggressive, they could have rabies.
Yeah, that's
and
what they thought
rabies
it was.
is no joke. Like,
no.
If you get bit by an animal with rabies, you have to go get shots into your stomach.
I know.
And
it's painful.
You have to do it like right away because if rabies goes untreated, it's fatal 100% of the time. Yeah. So it eventually kills the animal, but it'll kill a human being too. So it's a pretty serious deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It wasn't that, but yeah, I mean, they told I didn't realize how bad, like, dog, cat, any animal bite, I guess, is really, really bad. So.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a good point. It doesn't have to just be a dog attack. Like, it could be any animal attack. So somebody's horse bucks and kicks you for no reason, or whatever it is, right? Somebody's got a pet badger, and the badger goes to town on you, or a cat, and you need medical attention.
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing is if you're doing something to the animal that agitates it,
right,
then we got a problem. You might not have a case, but if an animal just attacks you like that, it may very well be a case, and so you may win the award for worst cat attack I've ever heard of.
I was literally opening the fridge for a beer, and this cat jumped onto my hand, bit my hand, and then it charged me. It charged me. I think there's something wrong. I had to grab a pan and swat at it because it was charging me. It was like it was actually one of the, like, it was kind of
traumatic. I hate to say it, dude. That is like rabies behavior. That is crazy behavior for a cat. They didn't say it was rabies because they almost gave me the shot. Well, they would know. And they're like, it's not rabies. So I don't know if that cat, like, there's just something wrong with it. Like, it just... I bet that cat was sick.
It had to have
been. Like parasite or something bizarre.
Yeah, but thankfully... Cat scratch fever's gone.
You're still here. Thank goodness.
I made it through.
Well, folks, thanks for listening.
Call Scott for your dog bite.
Yeah.
Or cat bite.
Or tell me your crazy cat attack story.
Or call and tell us about your story.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, folks. I hope that information is helpful. If I can do anything for you, you let me know.
Till next time.
Thanks for joining me again on a wonderful podcast, Amelia.
Till next time.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. I truly hope that the information in the podcast helps you no matter the situation you find yourself in. But you might need more answers or some more direct help. So there are 3 ways for you easily to find out more and to get help. If you call my toll-free 24-hour helpline, 888-HURT-318, you'll have a couple of options. 888-HURT-318 is my toll-free 24-hour telephone line. You can call that number and speak with my team night or day. First, you can call 888-HURT-318, and you can speak to me for a free consultation about your case or situation. That's always free and no obligation. Second, you can tell the operator that you'd like a free copy of my injury DVD and book. I created the DVD and book, and I give it away for free to injured people who need answers, but who might not be ready to talk to a lawyer yet. Same deal, 100% free, 100% no obligation. Third and finally, you can check out my YouTube channel for informative videos about the injury case and claims process, or check out my other podcasts for more information and interesting interviews with people who know different things about various aspects of the law. I've put all of this together to help you and to answer your questions. Now, you can also help me, and I hope that you will. If you enjoyed the podcast and if it helped you at all, please subscribe, and if you can, take a minute and please post a positive review of the show. If you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you know anyone who might enjoy the podcast, please spread the word and share it on Facebook. It's my mission to spread good information to as many people as possible, and your liking and reviewing and subscribing to the podcast helps me get the word out. Thanks again. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It doesn't substitute for consulting with a lawyer. If you have a case, speak with a lawyer right away.